On to my Sagittarius. So you have the Emperor, Five of Swords. This is New York. The Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, okay, the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil. So, all right. So for you, Sagittarius, right? The Emperor, the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. Okay, this speaks to how, if any of you Sagittarius have been recently getting to know somebody, they're kind of bossy. They are very much so trying to make sure that you don't end up leaving them, right? Because this is what it is that a lot of people do. They usually get themselves out of a relationship and then they start thinking, this is some of the things that I need to pay attention to, which is good because it means that they learned their lesson. It means that they know what went wrong in their past relationships. But where they continue to go wrong is now they start trying to hard check the other person. You know, they start trying to hard check the other person. Oh, well, how is it that, well, they'll say something like, my partner did this or my ex-partner did that or whatever, and I'm just making sure that you don't do that, and I'm really trying to make sure that X, Y, Z. And the truth is that the situation with that is that you pretty much want to make sure that you aren't doing it to anyone else, that you're not doing it to somebody else, but they're doing it to you. They're just super caught up. It's all right. They're super caught up with what it is that you Sagittarius got going on and your potential for trying to leave them, right? So the thing is that the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles now represents this being a situation for you where you have to take into consideration that since that's the case, can you be patient enough to deal with that type of mentality long term is the question. Because what it is that these people are trying to hard check you for, right? Check you, it's not even you. It's not even who you are. Even if it was you in the past, it's not who you are anymore, right? People can change. I used to be very angry when I was a teenager, right? Press a button, I would get riled up. But over the years, I've learned that patience is key and that I can't allow myself to get angry so easily and so fast. But a lot of times people still come at me from the perspective of, well, you a hothead. That's a dub. No, not really. No, you just think that, that's not really the case, and you have to pay attention. You, Sagittarius, have to know within your own selves, is this something from the partner that you can look over and be patient with, right? Because we all have quirks, things that we annoy the other person or we annoy other people. The important part is, can we overlook them, right? And still pay attention to what's important. The King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles represents, if they can't look over yours, some of the things that you may do that's annoying, that's a dub. I'm a dark zodiac sign, right? In the sense of being a Virgo, that's dark, right? Being a Pisces, that's dark, right? These are nocturnal zodiac. Well, Virgo is either or, but the point is that you are a diurnal zodiac sign, Sagittarius. And for me, in the past, the chipperness and the upbeatness of Sagittarius, right, and the over enthusiasm that you have will get me upset. Now, I don't really care. I don't really find really any kind of real offense to it. I would say that I would, if there's a place or a position for me and if it was me and a Sagittarius, we had to be quiet. I'd probably tell the Sagittarius, shh, we're entering into a place right now where quiet is paramount. Let's, or we need to actually handle certain situations, with more prudence, right? Being quiet or whatnot. I don't even necessarily find it difficult for me to engage in the Sagittarius upbeatness, to be real with you. I don't even have a problem with that anymore. I kind of look at it like, oh, okay, Sagittarius, that's nice. Kind of works for them, right? Kind of works for y'all, right? But it's the ability to go internally and deal with those issues, right? Can you do that for the other person? Because from what it is I'm seeing, the other person can't do it for you. So you know what that means? It's a dub. You got to go on about your business. They lost. You got to leave. The Seven of Swords. Because they're so preoccupied with the rumination. They're so preoccupied with what they experienced, like I said, from the past. So now they don't seem to understand. They know what it is that they did wrong, but they're trying to correct the things that they didn't do in the past now. And the Knight of Wands represents this is what's getting them. Because they don't seem to understand that you haven't disrespected them and that you are being charming and respectful and you want to get to know them, right? And again, because of that, they are about to do this, the Tower. They're about to mess this relationship up. I wanted to say something, but, matter of fact, I'll say it, because this is very important to the reading. I'll say it, right? Because sometimes when I pause, there's some things that I want to say, but let's get into it. So, a lot of times, too, don't get so caught up, Sagittarius, with trying to be charming. Because as long as you make an effort to respect other people, if people don't respect you, obviously, common sense should tell you that take a certain amount of disrespect, right? Just to be thicker skinned. But once it crosses a certain threshold, right, of disrespect or animosity, that's when you put it in check. And you're not obligated to continue to give the person trust like that anymore. A lot of times, people will say things, people say things about me in particular. Oh, and I'm using my example so that y'all can learn from it. They'll say, oh, well, you're not very respectful. It's like, again, I am respectful, but I'm not a doormat. So I'm not going to allow you to just come around and just say and do whatever. It's like, no, I still have boundaries. And this is the mind control and the games that people try to play. They want to equate, they want to conflate, right? And this is the confusion on some. They want to conflate being respectful with being a lapdog, being a rug, being a doormat. And it's like, come on. Just because I'm respectful does not mean that I'm a doormat. Anything with teeth bites. Anything with teeth bites. So you have to take into consideration that since this is the case, it doesn't mean that just because that's the case that you should treat people like trash. And that's the thing that a lot of you Sagittarius are interacting with, right? So now that you left them alone, right? Even this, you have to understand that this is their mess up. This is their screw up. You Sagittarius do not have to feel bad at all for now the potential relationship is ended, because here you were trying to be very good, right? You were enthusiastic. Some of you were over enthusiastic. You weren't necessarily being annoying per se. Well, the whole annoyance thing really comes to a person's tolerance and their patience for that, right? Again, I don't find you Sagittarius annoying anymore at all. Um, it just depends on other people's own internal issues, right? Because it's something where they have to figure it out within themselves of why it is that they found you or anyone else to be annoying in the first place, right? And then they have to learn to essentially be in love with those things as much as that. But what I'm, as much as the not so annoying things. But what I'm trying to say here is that as long as no one takes it too far, right? They're taking it too far. They're judging your character so hard to the point where they're looking at you, Sagittarius, like, oh, like, you're not even good people. Like, y'all are not even, y'all don't even have decency. Y'all are not even great people. And no, that's a dub. No, because you can't judge a whole zodiac sign based off of some people do it. You know, Andrew Tate is a Sagittarius, but do I judge you Sagittarius based off of Andrew Tate? No, because there's been a lot of you Sagittarius that I've known, right? My brother, a lot of you Sagittarius that I've known who have the capacity to do great and honorable and celebratory things. But you also have the capacity to do great and terrible things. But we all have that capacity. We all have that capacity. Me, you, we all have that capacity. So the mentality of what it is that they're scapegoating you for, that's a dub. So what do? So you Sagittarius move forward. You understand that this is a relationship that's coming to an end. It's being torn down, right? Because even if you are tolerant of them, even if you are patient, because tolerance and patience are two different things. Even if you are tolerant and patient with these people, they're still going to do everything they can to do what? Tower it, tear the relationship down, you know, tear it down, rip it apart, stuff like this. And leaves no relationship at all, just leaves conflict. So this is a good indication or a good sign for you Sagittarius to leave. But then as you trying to leave, I'm telling you, the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil, they're going to try to make it seem like they care to get you to stay. And this is the bondage. This is the level of delusion that a lot of them are caught up in, that they're so far gone down that rabbit hole, they don't even realize they understand what it is that they're doing in the short term, but they don't understand what they're doing in the long term. They're spending way too much time trying to get you Sagittarius caught up with that nonsense. And they don't understand, again, they don't understand that you Sagittarius are meant to be free, whether you're free in a relationship or you're free as a single individual. Sagittarius represents the wild, free spirit nature, or I should say the wild, free spirit of the natural world, how everyone is naturally wild, right? Their animalistic nature, because that's what Sagittarius represents. Sagittarius represents the animalistic nature, or the instinct in the species. Cancer crabs represents the spirit to be resourceful and to stay alive, right? Tenacious, right? Aries represents the anger, right? And Libra represents the ability to reason and the ability to be fair and just. Cardinal signs, right? But you Sagittarius are not cardinal. Y'all are mutable, right? Like Pisces, like Virgo, like Gemini. And this represents the mutability, the changeability between the two. But you Sagittarius, y'all don't have to deal with that, right? Y'all could be just as free in a relationship if you know how as you are single. But these people are not making you feel free. These people are not trying to have you be free in a relationship, right? To where it can be just you and the significant other. Because that's what a lot of people are chasing. A lot of people want to be free while in a relationship, but they're going about it destructively. They're going about it from a perspective of freedom to them while being in a relationship is cheating. And it's like, that's a dub, because that's not really, you could do that, but that's not necessarily the best way per se. But this is what this person wants to make you feel like. They want to make you feel caught up. They want to make you feel trapped. They want to get you to think that you're happy when in actuality you're really not. They want you to think that this relationship is a prosperous one when it's not. So now let's clarify the devil. And I may have to make a video talking about oppression and how people and the games that people use, and how it is that you can identify. Because there's, like I said before, there's a lot of people on here on the internet running those games where they want to make it seem like they doing it for your best interest, but then they don't actually show you or tell you any secrets as to how you can actually do it. And at the same time, trying to make it seem like what they're doing because they need to do it because they're helping you. No, that's a dub. Bump that. That's a whole lie. And I may have to either talk about it or I may put it in my book as to why that's a whole lie. But to clarify the devil, we have the Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and last but not least, the Three of Pentacles. So again, to clarify the devil, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, you know that these people aren't really good for you and that you're supposed to move forward, right? And now your ex, because they're, by the end of this, if you haven't done it already, they would be your ex. They don't want to let you go now, but they don't want to stop being, for the streets, so to speak. Then the Nine of Swords and the Three of Pentacles represents, but that doesn't have anything to do with you. You don't have to worry. You just make sure that you keep moving forward with your life and you heal from this. I already taught y'all how to heal. The Three of Pentacles is I should say the Three of Pentacles is make sure that you begin to establish something concrete with others, right? Hang out with your friends. I'm sure you have a lot, but hang out with your friends. Ghost these people, and then the longer you ghost them is the more they don't matter to you. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. I have 7,150 some odd subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.